Alrighty, Mr. Gatekeeper here. Mr. Soul Survivor. Mr. Soul Survivor, you ready to see what you've been waiting on, big brother? I told you could count on Mr. Gatekeeper, man. Sometimes it just takes a little extra time, but let's see what you've been waiting on, big brother. Ooh, yeah. The first candy apple red. So far. My painter calls it Fireman red bass boat. Got you a neat little variable knob there, brother. This red is beautiful, man. I'm telling you, I'm sitting here looking at it on camera, and in person, it just doesn't do it justice. It's a total different color on camera. Like when me looking at it right here from my angle with my eyes, it's darker. It's not as bright. You would be good at that. You were good at that. So, it's beautiful, brother. And just to remind you, man, the input is on the left right here. I got it labeled. A lot of times on boxes that I normally do, the input is right here. But the way the relay is laid out, the input is on the right side here. Okay. Like I said, I got it labeled down there, as you can see, in and out. And I will like to say, man, that this amplifier is performing magnificently, very nicely. The reason why is I used all non dot Toshbia transistors, and the two 2879s are pretty high gain. We're looking at about I think it's about 114, 113 on the HFE value, so they're high gain. And I've got this amp tuned very well, man. I got the input tuned virtually with no reflect on the input, man. Turned out real well. Turned out real well. Alrighty, let's flip this joker on. That's your on and off right there. Here's your preamp on and off. Here's your SSB delay. I'm not sure if you're going to be talking any SSB, but basically you got two holes, square holes that's already in this box. I know you didn't want either of these two, but I just went ahead and threw them in there free of charge, man. I'd rather put something in there than to put two dummy switches with nothing on it, or for sure leave them blank. I like to have all my switches have function. So, you know, even though you might not use them yourself, you know, if you ever get rid of this bad boy later on down the road, somebody else could use those functions. So I went ahead and put that in free of charge for you, man. Mr. Soul Survivor, you've been patient, buddy, and I appreciate you, man. All right, let me go ahead and show what this bad boy is doing, and then we'll pop the tin off, pop the top off, and show you the inside real quick. Alrighty, we're going to be driving 4 watts RMS. That's the meter that's in front of the amp. Here's the meter that's on the output of the amp. Okay, I got a 1,000 watt slug, Mr. Soul Survivor. Alright. Let me turn that PEP off. This thing's swinging like a monkey on PEP, bro. This thing is swinging, son. We're looking at the bottom scale where it says 100. Okay. 20 is 200 watts. In between that's 100 watts. Alright. Thing's got a good low dead key too, brother. So you can ease your dead key up on your radio and set it wherever you want it. Alright, here we go. It's about 210, 220 watts RMS with just 4 watts of drive. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Input tune. Virtually does not even move. hard to get 3-pill's input tuned down that well, man. So I ain't bragging, but I'm just glad to see it. Sometimes it's kind of tough to get them that flat. All right, man. Here's your PEP. It's hard to believe, but here she is. Ooh, 700 watts. 700 watts of RF power. Ooh, yeah. Good God almighty. Alright, big brother. Whew, this thing is smoking, son. This thing's smoking, so I'm gonna go ahead and drive 4 more watts into it, 8 total. 8 watts RMS on the RMS side. You ain't gonna see much more PEP out of it, man. Hey, if I showed you 800 watts PEP, man, that would confuse some people. So let's not do that. Woo! Some people wouldn't believe me if I told them I got a 1,000-watt 3-pill sitting over here. We ain't gonna get on that right now. I've been thinking about making a video of it, but I'd have to prepare some things so people could know that it truly is doing that much. I know a lot of other builders know there are Toshibas out there that have a lot higher gain than your regular Toshiba. They're just, I guess you can call them Easter eggs in a sense. You know, there's a few out there. Mr. Daymade knew a lot about that. He knew a lot about certain lots being higher gain than others, and it's nothing out of this world. Motorola, that's why they have a colored dot system. They're letting you know they're the range of gain of this phone. But you know, Toshiba hadn't done that, and you know, it's usually in the non-dots that I've noticed that there are some that are quite a bit higher gain. When I can show a 3-pill pulling, you know, 85 amps of current, 78 amps of current, it equals up. We ain't gonna get in all that. We ain't gonna get in all that. All right. RMS. We on the hot radio now. Yep. Ooh, 300 watts RMS, my friend. This thing is smoking. Ooh. God. I tell you what, Soul Survivor, man. If I was a crooked man, I tell you, if I was a crooked man, I would take these transistors out and put them to the side for myself and put them in one of my personal amplifiers. But I'm not going to do that, brother. I'm not going to do that to you, man. You earned this. You've been patient with me. You got yourself a 300 watt RMS, just 100 watts under what a 5-pill would be doing. Okay? This thing is smoking, brother, and yes, it will do 800 watts. But we won't. I ain't even gonna show that. I ain't even gonna show that, man. I just have a feeling some people wouldn't know how to accept that. I'm happy with just showing 700, y'all. It ain't me, y'all. The transistors are just high gain. They're just high gain Toshibas. All right. Let's flip this bad boy off. I've already got it unplugged. Alright, give me a second. Let me get this tin off. I don't try to put my fingers all over these candy painted boxes. 1 second. Boy, this thing's smoking. 300 watts RMS. Whew. Move the box just a little. Booyah! That's all you right there, Soul Survivor. I even went ahead and painted this transformer for you, man. Got about 2 coats of primer on it. It's a little brighter than the box is, but I like it. I've been wanting to paint a little transformer like that. Got you a nice 50 56,000 microfarad cap. Got some protection here on the lamps here on the front from the high voltage.
Well, we got, like I said, we got
they're really made for 12 volts. And, you know, if you got a floating voltage of 18, 20 volts, over time I think it can weaken them out a bit. So I just like to put a little bit of protection on there to knock it down about 12 volts. I'm going to put a tie strap right here before I ship it. Keep these from moving around. That's the only thing I hadn't done. I noticed that earlier. Put a little tie strap on there for you, big brother. Got you a 70, 75 amp bridge and rectifier here. I love using these. Want to give a major shout out to Mr. Real Deal DC Power for supplying me with that high quality equipment to use. Major shout out to you, Mr. Real Deal. Hope you have a good Christmas coming up too, big brother. Got you a nice 5-watt 100 ohm right there on your variable, just in case you want to turn that thing down a bit, which I don't see much need in it. But you'll notice once you turn your dead key up, right now I run all my radios here about 1 watt dead key. That's just what I run them at. When you raise up your dead key on your radio, you might want to, you know, adjust this just to kind of get the dead key or the output right where you want it. There's really no need to never really run it past, not much past halfway, if you ask me. But the way this thing's running, man, if I was running, I'd be running it full, all the way up, and I'll just adjust my dead key on my radio. Yeah, this box don't even need a variable, man. Got you some good stiff 8 gauge here, feeding the amp. It's a beautiful build, man. I didn't go all crazy inside trying to match everything with red, man. I just kept it nice and clean and simple. And you know, I know you've been patient, buddy. I appreciate you so Survivor. I'm glad I can be a blessing to you, man. You've been a blessing to me, brother. I know you'll enjoy this bad boy, and it's going to be looking good at the same time while you're enjoying it. Yeah. Anybody can make something look good, but if it ain't working good, it ain't even worth doing. That's the way I look at it. If I couldn't get this thing to work good, I wouldn't even let it leave the house, man. But I just thank God for giving me the ability to continue doing this and to continue learning. Hey, I learn everywhere I go. I learn from a lot of people out there, and I ain't scared to say it, man. We all learn from each other. Each one teach one, as they say. All right, so get this thing wrapped up, man. Shipped out to you, so you can have a nice little early Christmas present. All right, big brother. We're gonna go ahead. I'm just sitting here looking at it, man. It's a pretty red. I was talking to my painter. I was like, man, we done all these candy colors, man. We ain't done the old famous candy apple red yet. And he's like, yeah, you're right. He's like, bring a case up here. Let me throw one on there. We need to do a candy apple red. So that's what we did for you, big bro. Well, actually, we already had this done. Excuse me. I already had this case done. And I told you about it. And you're like, yeah, let's roll with that. All right, man. I'm going to get on off here. God bless 73rds. Shout out to 073. Then gave a shout out to Mr. Real Deal. There's the regulation circuit, by the way, for the fan. Jeffro Bodine, shout out to you, big bro. Mr. Mud Duck 409. And everybody else out there that I forgot. 73. Bye-bye.